Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with
Mike Landry Fitness.
and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work without you guys, man. It's been actually a pretty good day. We got everything demoed out in the bathroom. We're ready for the company to come put the tub in, and we're stuck in traffic. This is literally highway robbery, okay? They have what's known as hot lanes, which are like HOV lanes that you can take if you have 3 or more people, or you can pay. For example, like this morning, to take 66 into DC, all of 8 miles was like $28. It escalates depending on what's happening. So I'm looking at, where the traffic slowdown and all that. This is an accident ahead, right? And as soon as you get over the bridge, they have the hot lanes. And so you can jump on the hot lanes, and we're looking at and seeing that to 66, the price was $5. To 395, it was like $21. I was like, uh-oh, must be an accident, something or other, right? And so I hit the GPS, seeing if it's going to give me a different route to take and find out how bad it's going to be. And of course, it takes me to get onto the hot lanes to pay the $21. I don't get on the hot lanes because I refuse to pay $21 to go just a couple of miles. And it turns out, it tells you, take the exit, and I stay on the Beltway, and it's going to take you a little longer. But that $21 is only going to save me 6 minutes of time. Something wrong with that to you guys? That's literally highway robbery. Man, I just got, see, this is cool. I just got a happy birthday text message from Ed Oliver. Just came. I got a happy birthday from the Redskins. They're in grieving right now with all the stuff that's going on, being 0-5. So shout out to Ed Oliver, man. You good people. Actually, shout out to everybody who's wishing me a happy birthday. There's too many people for me to even be able to thank. But you got to feel good about a few things. I know we're 3-2, and people, it's like Chicken Little. The sky is falling and stuff. The team stinks. Dak Prescott's no good and all that. But I got to tell you, do you guys remember when the Dallas Cowboys traded for Amari Cooper? You remember that, Mike? And they gave up a number 1 pick, and people said it's way too much. You can't give up a number 1 pick. That's crazy. And they actually told us that the Eagles were smarter because they gave up only a 3rd round pick to get Golden Tate. The Cowboys. The Raiders were like, oh, dude, we're going to get a top 10 pick out of this. They thought they really got one over on the Cowboys because, people were saying, Amari Cooper, he's checked out. Does he really even want to play football? Well, I tell you what, Amari Cooper, over 1,400 yards in 16 games. Yeah, I know I'm dusty and dirty. I'm going home to take a shower. Amari Cooper, 14 touchdowns? 2nd already this year in the NFL in receiving. He has been running precise routes. He has been everything that you could imagine. And unlike what the Browns got with Odell Beckham, where Odell is holding guys and pulling them down on top of them and then claiming that he's getting choked, being a spectacle and always talking about the New York Giants and then not performing in the field. I believe he's 28th in the league right now in yardage. Just saying. Amari Cooper is 2nd. And instead of blaming people like Odell does, he looks at himself and says, hey, look, one of those interceptions is not Dak's fault. That's on me. It was on my hands. I should have brought it in. He's not a guy who's a me guy. I want the ball and things like that. And you see how much better his attitude is since Scott Linehan is gone. He is a team player. Remember after the Eagle game when he was like, dude, we just kicked the Eagles' ass. Everybody was like, dudes, we just kicked the Eagles' ass. But he was so proud because he felt like instead of being just the employee, he was part of the equation. That it was him that, went to Dak and said, Dak, look, this is a garbage ass play being called. They're sitting on it. We've run it X number of times already, and we get the same result. Why don't we go ahead and go deep with it? I got this. In which case, Dak changed the play, and they did. And when he was so proud talking about it, the next week when they played, you saw that he was in the doghouse. You could see the body language of somebody who literally got read the riot act from Scott Linehan, because Scott Linehan was in there, of course. You don't do what you want to do. You don't freelance. You do what I call, I'm the one in charge. See, I remember guys like that. I remember in this JV game that my assignment, I played nose guard. My assignment, of course, was to basically hold up the guard so that way the linebackers can make the glory. But I knew that if I shoot the gap, I can get between the guard and the center, and I can get in the quarterback's hip pocket. And that's exactly what I did. I did a jab step out and ripped back inside, shot between the gap. The guard and the center could not get me. And I was literally, as the quarterback was going back, stepping back, I got him before he even got back there. And I was like, bam! Like, I just made a great play. And then I got back on the sideline, and I'm getting cussed out by the coach. I'm like, what the fuck? He was like, your assignment was to hold up the guard. I said, yeah, but I got sacked. Made a big play, stopped him. Doesn't matter. You did not follow the assignment. And I'm like, but we just stopped them. It's like you didn't do what I called. You left your teammates exposed. And if you don't do what's called, yeah, it may work this time, it may not work the next time. But I'm like, but it worked this time. I got a sack. Can't you say good job? You got a sack something? No. And it was just like, F you, man. I just saved the game. And you're cussing me out. What? That's when you're just like, the hell with it. But you can see how good Amari Cooper is, how happy he is, and how he is doing everything. He's been playing through a multitude of injuries. We don't really know the real deal with that ankle and that foot and that heel issue that he had. He's got a quad injury right now, but he's still out there playing and being number 2 in the NFL in yardage, which is unbelievable. So, and here's what's interesting too. Michael Thomas, who just signed a big contract for New Orleans, is leading, but Michael Thomas has a whole lot more catches, which means that Amari Cooper is catching balls deeper than what Michael Thomas is. So, a year later, Mike, how you feel about that trade for Amari Cooper? Did the Cowboys make the right call? Well, I'll tell you what, we're already past the accident. If that's not highway robbery, what they were charging $20 to save 6 freaking minutes, I don't know where it ends. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, I'm going to enjoy watching the Giants be the sacrificial lambs to the Patriots tonight. See you guys soon.